Astronaut breaks the silence about aliens and humanity. Musgrave is known as the most educated astronaut. He has a doctorate, and he's a doctor, an MD, medical doctor, and also has 6 academic degrees. He is also the only astronaut who was on board all 5 space shuttles. And when it comes to astronauts, there's no shortage of those who have spoken out about UFOs and the phenomenon. And most of them have been raising awareness about aliens and humanity for years. Gordon Cooper, an aerospace engineer and the one of the original 7 astronauts of Project Mercury, is a great example. He's been quite frank about UFOs, aliens, and the fact that NASA is playing and has played a huge role in the cover-up. Former Princeton physics professor and NASA astronaut Dr. Brian O'Leary is another great example. He told the world for years that there is abundant evidence that we are being contacted, that alien civilizations from other worlds have been visiting us for a long time. The 6th man to walk on the moon, Dr. Edgar Mitchell, is also no exception. Before his recent passing, Mitchell spent years raising awareness about the fact that UFOs are real and that some are not from our planet but from other solar systems or other dimensions. Let's keep in mind that from other dimensions, demons can also enter our dimension. Now, again, this list is long. It goes on far beyond the testimony of astronauts and NASA personnel who have opposed, quote unquote, the firm position of the U.S. agency, the firm position that they have. And why does astronaut Story Musgrave appear at a UFO conference? Musgrave is known as the most educated astronaut. He is a doctor, he has an MD, and also has 6 academic degrees. He's also the only astronaut who was on board all 5 space shuttles. Some time ago, he gave an interesting lecture while talking about the UFO phenomenon, but unlike astronauts like Mitchell, for example, he's always careful to say that he does not have much evidence for what he's saying. This means that it's a shield so that it cannot be chased, but he does speculate with a sharp gaze when he makes the following statement. He bases his hypothesis on his observations, quote unquote, and he says what he has been exposed to, whatever that means. Now, the astronaut Story Musgrave gave an important key in his lecture, saying that if we look at technological development, it does not make sense that in a matter of 50 or 70 years, we have advanced what we could not in 1,000 years, always speaking of our species as such. He also commented on that every time that he was in space, he could see an infinity of unknown ships or unknown phenomena around him, a custom that was no longer surprising throughout the missions that were carried out. Story said that if you look at some planet and some creatures that put it together, they could build technology for millions of years. This means that they are making stellar journeys to reach our planet, and with an ironic plan on their face, and their words say, that's how good they are. So I have no proof, he says. The great revelation was when he commented on his conference that he has the certainty in his own being that there are millions of people all over the world working, making star trips, interstellar travel. For me, he continues. This is on Collective Spark. Please leave your comments, and thank you for your support. Kindly support my Patreon account. The daily posts are 5 videos daily, and they are totally different from what I have on my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for your support and that you find all my content so interesting. You'll find the Patreon account details in the description box below.